Progressive content has been on a steady decline since 2020, and yet through that time, Hassan's fan base grew as the rest of the left shrunk.
Okay, so you're starting... Okay.
And it makes me wonder how much of the online left was sort of absorbed by Hassan culturally, and just...
So now it's not only Donald Trump's fault, it's Hassan's fault for co-opting the audience. Most of his audience is on Twitch. And then on top of that, his clipped channels get like a couple 100,000 views a clip upload. Dude, just because Hassan has a large audience doesn't mean that it takes away from everybody who's watching progressive content. They will still watch other progressive and lefty streamers. Like, yeah, there was a decline going before October 7th for Hassan, and obviously he's gonna milk that until it's done. All those Palestinian kids are really getting all of his millions of dollars. Dude, you gotta understand, it's not just Hassan, it's not just Donald Trump, it's all of you being lazy pieces of shit and people not being smart with their money and just going to get jobs.
You're suing a man and you end it with a dog hitting a drum!
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Let's start with Zanny. Let's jump to Zanny, because I like Zanny. I like Xanderhal. I like Xanderhal. He's my favorite content cow. Every time I hear something about Xanderhal, it always makes me smile. I get a big shitty grin every time it happens. So Xanderhal and Vosh, two people that you definitely want in your corner defending you, decided to talk about Innudendo Studios. And in my opinion, kind of sweep for them and say, well, being a leftist is hard on the internet, blah, 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 blah. We don't get enough money. Donald Trump got elected and everyone hates the left now. Let's just see how Zanny handles this, okay? I haven't watched it yet. All I know is that I can guarantee you Xanderhal was screaming, Donald Trump got elected. I'm calling it right here, and that's one of the problems. Come on, Zanny, prove me wrong. Come on, Zanny!
Today is a sad day, and this is going to be a sad segment, full disclosure, as we're going to have to get very real, and we're going to have to talk about a bit of a reality of being a progressive content creator that doesn't really get talked about much because...
It's not just progressive content creators. I'm kind of sick of Xanderhal's cope here because he is projecting onto other people his failings. Dude, any YouTuber that does this, you're basically taking a massive risk. If you do full-time YouTube, like what you do, Zanny, or other people, you're going to run the risk of your popularity failing and people aren't going to be willing to support you as much. That's if you're a live streamer. Now, content creator in the context of uploading videos is a little bit different. Now, do you have a popularity point and peak where you fall off? Absolutely. The thing is, though, is that you can still make decent, okay money. You want to know how? Upload more. Diversify the channel a little bit more. Make another channel. Upload daily slop content there. Diversify a little bit more. Add more for people to want to come back and watch the content. The problem with Innudendo Studios is that he's lazy. He's lazy. He uploads once every couple of months. Okay? Once every couple of months. All right? You cannot survive on 1 to 2 months uploads. You cannot survive if you're doing that full YouTube. It is insanity to me that they don't recognize that and will sweep for Innudendo.
As complaining about your station and your reach as a creator online, especially on YouTube, is seen as very presumptuous, very, ungrateful.
Yes, it is. It is ungrateful. If you are bitching to your audience saying, I'm broke. It's my, I made some bad investments, or I'm in debt because I went full-time YouTube and I didn't think about getting a job. You're being presumptuous. You are being ungrateful. Done. Done. Over. Stop. No more conversation. That is why DSP gets shit on as much as he does. That is why Boogie got shit on as much as he does. Because you are begging people for money in a time where money is tough to have. And you have the cushiest job ever. You literally, all you have to do is get a job, and you can supplement yourself doing both.
And I'm on lunch break. Let's go.
You're pathetic if you do that.
Insincere. Like, I could go on for like an hour listing the ways that people kind of feel and react to that discussion.
Oh boy, financial advice from meth girlfriend PayPal bank account man.
I love Xanderhal's lore, bro. I love Xanderhal's lore. It's my favorite. It's my favorite lore out of any streamer. Anytime I learn something about Xanderhal, it makes me smile.
Is a brony just like Vosh now.
True.
But when it comes to the online left, I think most people who are part of it watch content from creators that push progressive ideology. It's not as simple as just content to them, or to most of you guys, right? I think
it should be. You're not a politician. You're not going to be elected into office. You're not going on significant panels that are going to change the world. You're not debating with the president. You're making content. You're making content for an audience to enjoy, find entertaining, and move the on with their lives. Nobody on YouTube should be doing this to try and change lives. That's not what it's supposed to be. The only person that even remotely gets close to that is Mr. Beast. And all of you guys hate Mr. Beast because evil capitalists.
I think a lot of it is also the success of progressive content.
Also the Ava Chris Tyson stuff.
Online.
So let's not forget that.
In the same way that success for conservative content online more or less directly translates to influence and reach in changing people's politics.
You have to be a idiot to think that content does that. This is what happens when a guy who is radicalized by Minecraft gets a microphone and is going to sit here and lecture people about what community they should be a part of, what politics you should believe in. This is what happens when a guy who has been radicalized by Minecraft decides to talk about his political affiliation. Oh, God, Leon wants in. Oh, Christ. Okay. When I get to the Anissa Idub stuff, I'm kicking Leon out.
So juicy.
Listen, bro. Listen, when's your video coming out? Did you put the Vosh part into the video that you're making?
Vosh video?
No, the video you're making on the... You're making the video... wait, it was a stream, that thumbnail?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a video, because Vosh also defended Innuendo.
I mean, yeah, but I didn't. I got bored of it.
You're such an ass, bro. I'm getting through.
No,
this.
like I watched the video. I watched the Xanderhal video, and it's bad.
I know,
it's terrible.
That's just. Xanderhal.
And then I watched the other one you sent me, and it's like, yeah, that one's bad, but it's not as bad as this one.
Are you talking about the guy that privated his video? The this guy?
There's no fucking way he privated.
Yeah, he did. He did. Hit the link.
Oh my!
He privated his video.
Why?
Because he's a pussy and he knows that he fucked up, and I don't know. I'm assuming he knows he's a bitch.
Well, I'm staying. Can I spoil something?
No, don't spoil it for me. I haven't watched it through yet.
And so
the Xanderhal one or the other one?
No, I haven't watched the Xanderhal or the Innudendo Studios one. I don't have the. I don't have.
I'm talking about the other guy.
This guy?
Yeah, him.
He removed it, and I don't have it. So spoil away.
This dude talks about his struggles. He talks about how, it's kind of weird people would do this on the internet. And he caps it by saying, if you want to support, you can. And if you want to criticize me, please don't. I have mental health issues. And I just...
No way he said that. No way.
Yes, he did. I swear to you he said that shit. I swear to you he said that shit.
What? Where? I need Falji to send me that video now.
I will mute myself, download my stream, and then clip that part.
Give me the video, Falji. I need it.
The online left and growing creators within the online left is the...
We don't need any more of you stupid fucks out here. We don't need any more of you stupid fucking right-leaning and left-leaning fucks out here in this world. You need to be stopped.
Somebody asked a question for me.
Oh, great.
Can I ask you a question, Leon? I don't know why you're questioning my name. It's Leon. Are you a grifter?
Yes, he is. He took money from the quartering.
So Chris is memeing.
Did you not?
The honest answer. So Chris is memeing.
No, did you not?
All right. I'll
answer the question.
Then I'll answer your question. Then I'll go back to Diego. Yes.
Yeah, so you did take
I got to combine. I got to combine $200.
You still got money. You got paid. You got
Yep.
paid off by the
Yep.
quartering.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, answer Diego.
Absolutely. But I have morals. So when this motherfucker was lying to his audience about how the woke came and tried to shut his company down, I said, I can't be around this shit.
It's so good. It's so good. So are you a grifter?
No, I believe the shit I say.
All right, cool.
Prerogative
Like
of
this,
the
like
left
for
as a whole,
example,
or it should be.
God.
Chris
What?
is a racist. Chris is a racist.
I'm not a racist.
And-
Shut up.
And
I am a misogynist.
white
though.
people. White. See, that's worse.
Well, I'm a misogynist against one woman, and it's Anissa Jamha.
You need to be. You need to stop. Your random hatred of that woman is crazy.
It's not random. It's totally justified.
Sorry, you don't even know the bitch.
Yeah, and I hate her. If I met her in person, I'd probably lose my shit.
So racist. Jesus Christ. So
I'm
no,
I'm
Diego,
sorry.
I'm not.
I guess I'm racist to a woman that's 8% Lebanese but pretends to be 50%. Yeah, okay.
So to answer your question, Diego, no, I'm not a grifter. Unlike Chris and Xanderhal, I believe
I'm not.
the shit
I am not a grifter. I'm here for the
Oh
entertainment.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
I'm
Let me
here
ask you
for
a
the
question.
entertainment, dude.
Do you honestly believe in your heart of hearts fat people belong in internment camps?
Yes.
See, grifting.
That's
People
not
believe that.
grifting. That's a conviction.
About this a lot.
Not a
Talked about how, I really appreciate every bit of
I just answered that like wholeheartedly. Not even a fucking second to think about it.
support you guys send my way, how much it means to me, and how much it truly helps. And I've seen comments from people that kind of assume I'm rich or well off.
No motherfucker thinks you're rich, dude. Not a single person. Dude,
What are you talking
nobody.
about? He's fighting for Super Earth. He's rich.
Nobody thinks Xanderhal is rich. He's making that
I think
up.
he's loaded. Anyone. Hey, wait, Chris, he has a YouTube play button, whatever.
He's got the
That
one
means
that
he's
they made
loaded.
it smaller and like more flimsy and made of aluminum or some shit. Like it's not even the real plaques. It's the garbage one.
Fuck you, it is the real plaque. I got one.
That's the garbage plaque. That's the tiny
Shit.
one.
I work for this.
Yeah, you got the
Fuck
big
yeah.
one, right? You got the big silver one, or did you get like the tiny one that they just made?
I don't know.
When
I
did
mean,
you-
well, I don't know.
When did you get it?
I think like 2021.
Yeah, so you got the real ones. They made them like half the size now, and then made them with like aluminum or some shit. Yeah, like Sam Hyde destroyed his on stream, and all he had to do was just bend it once, and it snapped. Like
More common back in the day, but
I don't even count these as like real things.
less so now, but like still, it happens from time to time. And I find that very interesting. I feel like there's a highly inflated perception of how stable the online left is as a viable community right now.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me just finish this real quick. You're telling me the community that never gets banned from any sort of platform whatsoever while conservatives get fucking nuked from orbit, there is no way to make good money? There's no way for you to continuously make money? It's tough for you
Chris-
to make money when you guys don't get banned from the most profitable platforms? I don't believe
But
that.
Chris, you have to think about it. The right has Rumble. What do the left have?
Rich currently sitting
What
in
is that
Osama
website
bin
we found that
Laden's bunker.
Innuendo Studios does? The one that FD Signifier has a stake
Nebula.
in? Nebula. They got Nebula.
I mean, but you got to pay to watch that shit.
Especially ever since Trump won.
It is.
There it is. There's the cove. I just like.
It is. So
I'm
look,
s-
let
I'm
me do
so
it. Let me
sick
do
of-
it first.
I'm so sick of him using Trump as an excuse, man. I'm so sick of it.
Listen, I'm pretty certain there's 200 people watching this stream.
About
There's
220.
there's at least 10 of you in here that support Trump. And guess what? Cool.
Whatever. Don't care.
There's about 10 of y'all.
Why aren't my
that
eggs
probably
cheaper?
supported Kamala, right? But see, all of y'all that got like something to say and everything's Trump fault, I'm gonna need y'all to like virtually take y'all hands off his dick. Like that man is not everywhere. Sorry for asking you that question, Leon. You asked me in an honest format. Why would I be mad? But
Prostrate yourself.
Please, people like Xanderhal that bring Trump up in everything. Unclench your hands from that motherfucker's dick. Jeez. Every bad thing in your fucking life is not that man's fault. And Chris did not respond to my repo invitation.
I want my eggs to be cheaper. Can he do that? I really want that. I really want to be able to
Bro,
like cook eggs without spending like
he-
$7.
He said to all of us he can't get a man that they, I think, falsely deported back. And the next week, he shipped in a bunch of white Africans.
And we're going to be
That
segueing
man
to the main point
can
of
do
this
that.
in a second, but I'm giving some setup. Since Trump won, there has been a noticeable decline in viewership, sub growth, and right after Trump won, there was a big trend where hundreds of thousands of progressive content watchers on YouTube as a form of protest.
Here's why. Here's why.
No, keep playing, keep playing, keep playing, keep playing, keep
Got
playing. It's almost
together
done.
and mass unsub from progressive channels they watch. I lost like a couple thousand.
No, all right, hold on. Let me get through my thing, okay? Just let me see if we're on the same page here without even talking. Xanderhal, the reason why these people most likely unsubbed is because you people kept screaming from the rooftops, Donald Trump is going to jail and there is no way he can win another election being a convicted felon, and you were all wrong. You put all of your reputation on the line, all of your energy on the line to say Donald Trump is a felon. He can't get elected again. He won't get elected again. The January 6th stuff would be enough to stop him. And it didn't happen. And all of you people look like political fucking monkeys that were completely wrong. And people unsubbed to you because you were fucking wrong. Am I wrong, Leon?
There you go.
Am I wrong?
I don't remember any fucking mass campaign on, not on Blue Sky, not on Threads.
Nobody
where
was
somebody
posted.
said-
Unsub from David Pacman and Xanderhal and Vosh and Destiny. Unsub from all of these
Funny
people.
how none of this applies.
Lost in
to
Words
the
got it
sign.
right. Funny how this never applies to
Yeah,
the sign.
yeah,
It's almost
yeah.
like, listen, let me just say it. All of this, what you're going to hear from this really crooked looking man, is somebody bitching that it happened to him.
Yes, and his life
And now
sucks, and
it's-
he's projecting it onto everybody else.
And now it's all of lefties, all the leftist streamers, all the no.
Vosh is doing
really
fine.
just you.
Hassan's doing fine. Destiny, even with his revenge porn scandal, is doing fine.
Boy, y'all thought y'all was gonna cancel him, huh?
Well,
Jesus.
they-
that motherfucker's
Hey,
the
hold
living
on.
embodiment of
To
if
be
you keep
to,
streaming,
no, hold on.
you don't lose.
To be fair, all of the events that were supposed to have him like do debates and panels and stuff, they've all been canceling on him due to reputational harm. So, you know, he's starting to lose.
Fuck.
He's starting to lose.
I know that Brian Taylor Cohen lost like 40,000, 60,000 subs before it let up, and it's been pretty slow for all these channels ever since, for the most part, compared to before Trump won. This is showing a clear sign of a demotivation within the online left.
No, it shows that there's a clear acknowledgement that the content creators that kept screaming, Trump's not going to win. We are right. He's a felon. And when you were all proven wrong, all these people went, oh, these people are just bullshitting us, and left. That's it.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Trump's a felon.
Yeah, but he
They
still
gotta
won.
do- Yeah, I'm saying, because, like, he put... I ain't no Trump supporter. That motherfucker put belt to ass on Kamala.
They're eating
I
the
woke up and saw the
dogs.
numbers.
They're eating the dogs.
Like, right. This motherfucker, like,
It's
made
so
himself
funny.
to be
It's so
incoherent.
funny.
And he still won.
Dude, the funniest
Listen.
shit is when he was like, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
It's been a year. Did y'all find any Haitian that was eating them fucking dogs?
I don't know. Maybe.
And they still voted for him.
Trump said that they were eating the dogs.
Shut the fuck up.
And as much as that might not have an impact on voter numbers, like, sure, those people are still going to go out and vote. I'm sure they're still protesting, engaging in direct action. And all
Not really. If you look at like every leftist subreddit right now or anything involving like lefty organizations online, you're noticing a lot of people complaining that nobody under the age of 35 is actually going out and protesting the things that matter to the United States. Everyone in their 20s are retarded like Hassan and trying to protest a situation in a section of the world that doesn't give a fuck about us and continues to not give a fuck about us and continue to waste their time protesting that instead of protesting what we need to fix here in America to be able to be a good force, a force of good in the rest of the world. They would rather focus their time on shit that isn't going to be fixed ever on things that should be fixed now. That's your
Or
group.
they're focused on the Unfuck America tour.
Oh yeah, or the Unfuck America tour.
those good things that you should be doing, it is still a tragedy, I think. I don't think they're doing anything wrong. They don't have to watch progressive content, but I think it's a tragedy.
Yes, you think that's wrong. You think it's wrong. You bring it up all the fucking time. You think it's wrong. You think it's crazy. You think it's wrong that your audience doesn't support you. You think it's wrong that the audience doesn't like your streams. You think it's wrong that the community doesn't put enough comments in, and you shame people for it. You are DSP, dude.
Tragedy that we're losing that online community that you could argue brought the right its victory, the biggest victory politically they've had in ages with this election. And so, with all that said,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't believe that's true.
Did they? I'm sorry.
I don't know
Maybe
if this
I'm
is
just
the
like,
biggest victory they've ever received ever.
Listen, I'm in ages. Didn't Trump win 9 years ago? That's not that long ago.
And then on top of that, you have other Republicans that have won by way more of a majority vote. Like
what the fuck?
What is he talking about? What's Blood talking about?
We've seen a lot of progressive content creators lately that many of you guys probably think of as household names having to take hiatuses or outright quitting.
No one knows any of these progressive fucking streamers and content creators. Nobody knows who they are. Nobody of real importance knows who they are. At most, you know Kyle Kalinske and David Pakman because of Joe Rogan, and you guys all hate Joe Rogan. So, like,
YouTube, because frankly, being a progressive content creator is not worth it for the most part. It takes a lot of hard, diligent work to make it viable. You guys ever see how often I upload and how often I stream? I have to, bro.
You guys see how much work I've putting in and nobody cares about me? He somehow made this a beg session for himself.
Yeah, Shark300, I believe no longer makes content based on what people in chat were saying, which fucking hell, that sucks balls because Shark is great. Surus took a hiatus but is back, I believe, though I highly recommend you guys go send support Surus's way because I know for a fact Surus is not at the level of comfort that
no one wait, hold on. No one wakes up and thinks, I wonder what Xanderhal is doing today. I do. For my own content. Not as a fan, but like a guy that likes to A-log him. I wonder what Xanderhal's doing once in a while.
Bro, you a fan, you gay.
I'll get bored and I'm like, man, I wonder what my favorite leftist cow's doing today.
Exactly.
Shoutouts. And
I do that with DSP. Never been a fan of DSP before.
Recommendations.
You a fan of him too?
I ain't a fan of no DSP.
So you know, go drop some support.
I snitched on him and got him confronted by his biggest fucking hater on a podcast. I ain't no fan of his.
I can tell you for sure that while I get by, I just barely get by.
You see that? You see that fucking like little manipulation moment where he's like, yeah, you know, I'm doing okay. I get by, you know, but barely, you know, like you guys could support more. Like, come on. It's so blatant, dude.
Probably not in a better financial situation than many of you are. So you may be surprised to find out, while yes, the listed YouTubers are not exactly massive creators. I'm not huge, Shark's not necessarily huge, and Surus isn't huge. A creator you might consider borderline huge is one with over 500,000 subscribers who has made...
Subs don't matter anymore, bitch. Look at your channel and tell me that subs matter. Tell me. Look me dead in the face, Xanderhal, and tell me that subs fucking matter.
One of the most beloved series in online lefty content history. That being Innudendo Studios, who made the alt-right playbook series. You know those cute little animated videos that explain the tactics of the right and radicalization in the alt-right that I've been covering lately?
Man, that's really going to change the world, is making little animations of, like, the alt-right playbook. Yeah, I show those to kids. Like, imagine a teacher going up to a kid and be like, hey, kids, we're going to learn about the alt-right playbook through Innudendo Studios animation of it. Aren't you ready to learn about the alt-right? Like, nobody's doing that. And if you are, you're a terrible teacher.
He just put out a video called Being a YouTuber Bankrupted Me, in which he announces that he will be taking an indefinite hiatus from YouTube. Basically,
that's not real. He's coming back. He's going to fuck up that money, Leon. Can we just come to the consensus? He's going to fuck it up. He's going to blow through that money in like less than a month and then be back to begging for money. Dude, I'm putting money down. He's got like less than a couple of months until he's like, guys, I paid off all my debts, but I'm still not making enough money on YouTube. You guys only gave me support for 1 month on that Patreon that made it to $6,000 a month. You all pulled your support. Financial abuse.
It's sad that we live in a world where that's the strongest possibility.
It's not even the strongest. It's probably the most accurate.
So the strongest, you dumb
Shut
white
up.
fuck. Jesus. What was the point of saying that?
I don't know. I'm having fun laughing
what?
at Xanderhal.
Fuck you. You need to be locked up just like Hassan off the airport.
Dude, did you see that they're putting in a Freedom of Information request to get the recording of that?
Oh my God.
Like, people are demanding putting in requests to get that information because everyone thinks the journalists are like lying for Hassan.
If he lied,
it's so over. He's Jesse Smollett too. It's over. It's over.
Meaning
he lied.
It's done, bro. It's done. If he lied, if it is longer than 35 minutes, he's done. He's done. He said 2 hours. I'll give him maybe 35 minutes. And he said, 2 hours, over exaggeration. I'll maybe give him that. But if it is less than 30 minutes, Yeah, sorry, buddy. You're fucked.
may never come back. But he might one day, but don't expect it. And it's simply because he can't afford to do YouTube full-time anymore. And
yeah, remember a couple of months ago, Leon, when we were reacting to Xanderhal, and he said, guys, I don't know if I'm going to be here any longer. It's probably like a month left. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Like, do you remember this?
I don't remember him saying that.
Yeah, at the end of his video, he goes, you might not see me in a month, you know, with how this channel's going. We're losing a lot of money here.
That.
He did that. He did that.
As much as it may seem like, oh, well, you can just do a full or part-time job and do YouTube on the side, right?
Yes.
The creative process of YouTube...
No, let him do it. Let him talk.
Especially with how brutal the algorithm is, requires a surprising amount of time and energy dedicated to thinking about what you can make that will do well on the platform.
Now, let me do it. Let me handle this first. Sir.
You're a streamer.
Don't make creative content. You stream. You do the same shit I do.
And I
which
do.
is, hey, find a topic, talk about it. That takes the most minimal amount of editing. And what's worse for you and Chris is that you dumb fucks waste money on an editor.
Okay.
You are stupid, wasted.
Okay, he's right, but I'm going to mute him for that.
Moronic. You muted me.
No, I didn't.
You dick.
I swear I didn't mute you, but you are right.
You dick. You better. You muted me. I'm gonna say the word. I'm gonna say.
I didn't mute you. I didn't mute you. I didn't. I swear. I swear I did not mute you.
Fuck that shit. Chat. Let me know if you muted me. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say the word.
No, you're not gonna say the word again because we finally got the warning off for the channel. Can you not?
Oh, Leon, come on, dude. All right. Hey, I trust Rock's son.
Okay.
We can't hear you.
Okay. He's not muted.
What?
And frankly,
what was I saying?
I don't remember. Something about
this fucking idiot is stupid. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything of merit to sit there and be like, oh, I can't work a job. My creative process this, my creative process that, my creative process that. You stream and then you clip that shit. How do I know? It's because I, for some reason, watched the stream of yours and you fucking prepped everyone. Say hi to the YouTube chat. Or get ready to say hi to YouTube. And then you cap each one of these fucking segments. You don't even stream to stream. You stream because you're too lazy to fucking record, and you're fucking lonesome because you and Chris are too chicken shit to just sit in the dark and record yourselves. Pathetic.
I don't like doing it. I don't care. I'd rather stream. I have more fun streaming. I like interacting with the audience. They're funny.
That's cool. But sometimes everything not gonna be a clip.
Sometimes you can not everything. Not everything's gonna be a clip. That's why you still stream, have fun, and if it's not a clip, it's not a clip. That's what
you know how much shit I've said that didn't turn into a clip.
I have a lot of.
Xanderhal fucking sucks. And guess what? And this last thing, creative process, bitch, get a job. Listen,
dude,
the creative process for any of you motherfuckers.
Though, of what? Like all we do, me and you. Here's the creative process, and I'm pretty sure Leon's is the same. Hey, there's this really crazy. There's this thing I find interesting on Twitter and YouTube. Let's pull that up and talk about it.
Yep,
that's it.
And guess what? It works.
It works.
And this is my thing. This is my thing. Nothing he said stops him from getting a job.
Nope.
But
notice how he cut himself off mid-sentence for that. He was like, "Yeah, I could get a job or something." But the creative process, like it doesn't even entertain his mind that he should get a job.
Listen. There's at least 3 of you in here that think about being a YouTuber. Here's my genuine advice. I know I come on here and joke and get victimized with a bunch of slurs from this white guy, but here's my honest fucking advice to you. Time management. Oh, I got all these things to do. Time management. Some of you bitches go to the fucking club and hang out with your friends every fucking day. You're disheveled. You're probably mentally ill. And you probably need some fucking life. You need some life friends, not these hoe friends you hang around. And I don't just mean the women. Time management for yourself, not just for this, for your life.
Literally,
fucking oozers.
It actually helps you if you just create some shit. Like if you just create, like Leon's saying, just make a schedule. It's not hard. You can have a 9 to 5. After you get home, give yourself an hour, take a shit, do what you have to do, prepare a very brief thing that you're going to do stream-wise, and then hit the live button. It's not hard.
Were you there for that video I watched of that woman who was like, oh, I work this job from like 9 to 6. I don't even have time to come home and take a shower. Bitch, what?
What? You don't have time to come home and take a shower. The shower takes like, 10, 15 minutes?
she explained it so bad. She's like, "Oh, I come home from work. I come home at 6 p.m. and I just sit around for an hour." It's like, well, there you go. Well, there go that hour. You could take a fucking shower.
Do I think the
Women are
white Bowser is worth harassing? What, like IRL? That's a weird question. IRL, like sending people to his house and shit? I personally am not a fan of going to IRL situations, but running them out of Discords and stuff with kids in it, yeah, I'm totally for it. Run them out of there.
He says that he is not for these in real life situations. If I showed you these DMs of him and Sly,
There is totally a fucking lie, dude.
With a trip to Dallas, you would all call the police.
Oh wait, hold on. Do you want to? I think you're gonna remember this. Killjoy, shout out Killjoy for getting me the timestamp. Hold on. Remember this?
Anyway, thank you for the $5, Delancer. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. We have made
Hey, guys.
$5.
Wait.
so far
Remember
stream.
this?
Who are you donating to?
Hey guys, what other streamers are you all donating your money to? What the fuck?
Damn it! See, he wanted it to be a coy little joke, but then spent 20 minutes bitching about how someone else is getting money. Chris,
It's so good.
I did this yesterday. I streamed yesterday, and
What
I-
other streamers are you donating your money to?
bro, I watched this shit, and then I'm just sitting here. I just looked at the people watching my stream, and I was like, "Thank you, just thank you for watching.
Thank you for the
Is
$5
that-
fucking dollars.
Am I crazy, bro? Like,
No.
I just want you motherfuckers to watch. Like, fuck, if you choose to give me your money, cool. I'm gonna thank you for that too.
You're
But
the best.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's just like, fuck, thank you. Thank you for supporting. Like, that's it. Like, there's nothing deeper.
Thank you for
it's like,
bothering.
Thank you for taking the time to actually watch in the fucking first place. You know what's crazy is that me and Leon, in the world of content creation, and Leon knows this statistic, people that have more than 25 viewers a live stream are considered in like the top 1% of streaming.
That's on Twitch.
No, that's just a general.
That's on Twitch.
That's a general.
That's Twitch.
25 to 30. If you're above 25 to 30, you're like in the top 1% of streaming that I am aware of. Maybe they changed it, but I do remember that being a thing, and it is fucking awesome that we can even get 240 people in here just fucking around. And when I say fuck it, I want to hit the live button at 4:45 in the fucking afternoon after work. I can hit live and 240 people are willing to show up and just dick around with me. Like, that's just awesome. How could you?
We need to castrate the op block.
Nah, he's helping me out with something right now.
Trying to learn how the platform works because it's always ever changing. It's never static. You can never know the algorithm and then
You don't know shit about the fucking algorithm. Please stop. I don't know shit about the algorithm.
just be content. You have to be nonstop dedicating your time to learning about it. And there's a million other things that come with content creation that go along with it. And, you know, he's the guy who makes those well-made, scripted, well-edited, animated.
Really well scripted, well animated. Let's just pull up Innudendo Studios.
We don't know.
Let's just click on a random video of his. Well animated.
Did he?
Let me
What the hell was that?
Let me see here.
Click the doing one.
The what? The double wrong?
They're right there. No, the doing.
Doing. I don't know which one you're talking about.
Scroll down.
Say for the sake of argument, you and some other folks have gotten embroiled in a debate about the use of content warnings. One side has put forth the usual case. Some people have trauma or...
Man, this looks really difficult to edit. It looks like every other fucking rant video imaginable with a couple of PNGs on screen. This looks like any other commentary video in the world just with little PNG characters. There's no animation. What is Xanderhal talking about? The PNGs haven't moved once. Their mouths aren't fucking moving. They aren't walking. They aren't moving their fucking arms. It's literally just interlace, interlace, interlace clip, interlace clip, interlace screenshot, interlace screenshot. Bro, I can have Mishi draw this shit in like a few hours and upload a video like this if I decided to learn how to edit. Probably in a few hours. Like, this is ridiculously stupid. It's not even Photoshopped properly. Like, look at the Photoshop job, Leon. Look at that.
Great.
It looks like he just used the loop feature and fucked it up. It has like Parkinson's.
So awesome.
What is Xanderhal talking about?
Animated videos. He has to put a lot of work in, and he makes infrequent uploads. Meaning,
that's why he's broke.
He relies, I should say.
No, I'm good, Kill. Thanks, so.
On a very high level of engagement from his audience that does watch his videos because he uploads infrequently, because it's a lot of work put into very high quality videos. And on top of that,
what high quality? Okay.
He relies heavily on financial support from his followers in the form of his Patreon, because he can't entirely rely on YouTube ad revenue, which essentially rewards you directly in correlation to how often you upload. The more you upload, the more likely YouTube is to financially treat you well. But even then,
Chef, what? Come here. What?
You can't guarantee you're going to do well. Regardless, though, he relies heavily on Patreon and just the support of his fans to make ends meet. And, you know, he's an older guy. He's got, like, a financial history that came before YouTube. He's got debts and stuff. And, you know, people's financial burden is different on a case-by-case basis. I think with the amount of money he makes, I'd probably be fine for the rest of my life. But in his case, it's not enough for him to make it even. And so one of the best progressive content creators out there, someone with over 500,000 subscribers.
I'm really sick of hearing the 500,000 subscribers, Cope. Like, it's not going to change anything. I don't get it. I don't get this. The subs don't matter, Zanny.
For financial reasons, is quitting YouTube. I've talked a lot lately about how desperately we need progressive content viewers to lock the fuck in and make it a cultural point of defiance to support the content that they watch and enjoy from progressive creators. Because yes, every single like, comment, sub, dono, everything, it all counts. It all makes a difference. So many people on the left, especially compared to the right, are very lax when it comes to engagement. I'd say the stream...
He's not wrong. The left are a bunch of lazy fucking communist neats, bro.
I would guess has had 1,000 people come through it so far, and probably less than 10% of them hit the like button.
You just hear a bitch about the like button. It's like, come on, man. Like, if I'm like, hey, there's about 250 people that just hit the like button, that makes sense, right? But Xanderhal does it in like the most slimy way imaginable. He's like, you know, like there's 1,000 people that have come through here, but only 10% of you liked it. I don't know what the percentage is. I don't know what the goddamn percentage is of people that come in to dislike on my videos. I don't give a shit. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
If you look at equivalent sized conservative streams on YouTube right now, their engagement rate is way higher. And for that reason, they grow to magnitudes the size mine or several other progressive channels you enjoy are.
It's almost like they're more entertaining than you.
Several times faster, you know? Who remembers that channel, The Offensive Teesler? The trans dude who makes anti-trans content? When I first covered him, he had 4,000 subscribers back in 2020. Now he sits at around 250,000 subscribers. Because the viewers of his content, his fans, and the fans of right-wing content make it a cultural point to trigger the libs by ensuring they engage with their favorite creators and make them successful. When their
Is that really like a direct focus of the right? Leon, you care about gay politics shit. Is that something that they do a call to action for on the right? To like trigger the libs is to make other people very rich and successful to annoy them? That doesn't sound... Yes, like they unironically do that.
I have one example. Her name is Shiloh Hendricks.
He sounds jealous and angry.
He called a little kid the N-word.
Okay.
And these motherfuckers have said, hey, let's donate this woman money to trigger the liberal woke black people.
Okay, fair enough. That's a good that is a good example. Fair enough.
That is a snowball of a bunch of other shit that's been going on too.
True.
Favorite creator can afford to buy a compound or an underground skate park a la Tim Pool, it triggers the libs, and so they do it even harder. They make it a cultural point to support their creators. And meanwhile, if you have 500,000 subs on the left, this is what you can expect.
Remember what Xanderhal said, that his channel and other leftist channels weren't doing well because Neil, the new CEO of YouTube, is friends with Elon Musk, so they are suppressing his channel.
Yes.
Remember that? Remember when he said that? Chat, do you remember when Xanderhall blamed Elon Musk as to why YouTube is pushing down lefty creators? Does anyone remember?
Yes, I do remember this.
The CEO and Elon Musk are friends, which means that he's delisting leftist content.
Hey everyone, Ian from Innudendo Studios here. Here to let you know that for the time being, Innudendo Studios is taking a break. I'm not sure for how long.
I've already watched this. Xanderhall is so boring.
Be permanent. Well, you've seen the title of the video.
Take sponsor.
That is not.
Keep in mind, by the way, most progressive content creators, such as myself, and I'm pretty sure Innudendo Studios as well, don't take sponsorship.
You people are idiots. Take a sponsorship. Are you stupid? Take one. Like, NordVPN will pay out anybody out the ass, dude. You got Surfshark and other fucking companies that are reputable that you could just take it easy, I don't know, like $1,000 from them. I don't know how much advertisers pay for that shit for a direct thing. It's really probably dependent on viewership and all that other shit. But like,
Question:
why? Why aren't you taking it?
Doesn't he vape?
Yes,
So why doesn't he contact Willie Mac and get that Fume sponsorship?
because him after Willie like raped him in a debate, he'll never be friendly with Willie again. Have you seen that debate?
Nope.
You said yes or
And
no?
I'm not gonna. No, and
It's
I'm
a
not gonna.
funny debate.
I've taken one sponsorship ever, and it was because they're the one company that offered to send me a free sample of the product without even agreeing to the sponsorship before I accept. And I like the product, and so I took the sponsorship, and I don't regret it. So people seem to like the product as well. It's the coldest water bottle. I still have mine, too. It's very good. Anyway, though, like, we don't generally take sponsorships, and if you watch YouTube often, you'll see how often YouTubers do take sponsorships. Like, large portions of the video are dedicated to some random product. Oftentimes,
Large portions of the video are dedicated to a random product. The only person that I know, and maybe I'm just like not as pilled on like a lot of bigger creators, like Internet Historian's an example, right? His NordVPN ads are like a solid minute and 30 seconds, but he makes them entertaining. He makes them funny. Like the Raid Shadow Legends one, entertaining and funny. Is it annoying to break up the flow of the content? Sure. But if you're trying to do this shit full time, you're gonna want the money.
bullshit scam mobile game. We don't do that most of the time. You could argue we should, but trust me, the broader online left would not let us get away with it, and we would take a much bigger hit to our viability.
So then how come everyone doesn't shit on Hassan on the broad online left for taking a sponsorship from Ubisoft for Assassin's Creed Shadows? How come nobody does that? How come nobody gives people Voss shit for all the sponsorships he's done? How come David Pakman? Nobody gives a shit about David Pakman having sponsors or Kyle Kalinske. No one cares. Not a single person I've ever seen has criticized those guys for taking sponsorships, other than the people that are like, hey, you're kind of a hypocrite. Like, you hate capitalism, but you are working with one of the greediest companies in the world, Ubisoft, which is more Hassan criticism than anything else, which is fair. But it wasn't leftists that were doing that. It was the right-wingers or centrists who hate Hassan.
As creators in the long run if we did take sponsorships. Fundamentally, we have to rely on fan support in order to not come off as disingenuous in what we stand for. We are shooting ourselves in the foot when we take easy opportunities to become more financially stable and successful. Because
they get a job.
Stop
what are you
it.
doing?
You fucking mongoloid. You waste of space. Why in the fuck are you? How are you in one breath saying, we don't take sponsorships? How is the rest of the world going to perceive us if we start taking sponsorships?
No one's gonna give a fuck.
And then in your next breath, say, "Hey, this is only surviving off of fan support," and you end up getting nothing. You narcissistic twink. Like, what the fuck? This is stupid. This is not how you survive in the world.
No.
This is how you die a very funny death.
True.
Take
To an
the
extent.
sponsor.
there is a cultural expectation in the online left that if you're a progressive, you're not exactly rolling in the money. You're not taking easy money payoffs. That might be some.
What about Kyle Kalinske? What about Hassan? What?
FD Signifier.
What about FD Signifier? Fuck, who else? Who else is out there that's like taking fucking massive paychecks from sponsors? There's got to be more.
What Prince
Destiny, as much as you hate him, he's a liberal, but he's not like an ultra leftist. Vosh, like,
possibly
weren't you? Wait a minute, weren't you also being paid by Progressive Victory? Is that not technically a sponsorship? Am I retarded? It was a political action group that paid you a monthly stipend to promote them. Didn't you get paid by what you would consider to be a sponsorship? Why is it different with Progressive Victory, Xanderhal?
against what you stand for, and I think that's a good thing. But the one way that we do get our support, even if it's for free, is through engagement from the audience. And this is to you and the people who watch, and not just applying to me. You need to like, comment, and subscribe and engage with the creators you enjoy. Go to this video and drop support. It can't hurt.
Yeah, go to that video and pay him all the money that you won't donate to me, guys. Really good business move, Zanny.
Not hyperbole. It's not strictly speaking true. Like bankruptcy is only one of several options.
That's true. Tanky YouTubers do take sponsorships. Like I think I saw like on Twitter that like Denims is sponsored by like Raid Shadow Legends. So like yeah, no, Tanky, like the Tanky sphere of YouTubers do take sponsorships, but they get away with that kind of thing. Like if you're
you just said that the overall left would have a problem with that.
Really on the more, you know, principle part of the left, let's be real. There's an expectation that
base shitting on Denims. Base shitting on Denims, Xander.
That you're not taking the popular YouTube sponsors because they keep getting outed as scams. Let's be real.
Right now, but
all of them get outed as scams. NordVPN and the rest of them always get outed as scams. I don't know, man. You got Honey and like I think Scentbird was considered a scam at one point. Leon keeps screaming Foom is a scam. I don't know. I've never tried it, so like I can't tell you. But like that's not every large sponsorship.
Fuck did
that
I say
donates.
Fume is a scam?
You've been screaming Willie Max show promotes a scam. You've literally said that.
I don't know that this shit's real or not.
You're fucking killing me here.
It is a very real and likely possibility. I've been saying that doing this job is making ends meet for a while, and it has in the sense that most months I end
with
my bank account.
Blah, 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 blah. We already did this. I want Xanderhal to speak.
This may sound insane for a channel with 500,000 subscribers plus on YouTube, but keep in mind, this guy uploaded once every 2 months, once a month, and that sounds like, oh, well, he's just lazy. You should just upload more. We've watched his videos before. These are 40-minute long, animated, well put together.
I'm just going to smash my head into my fucking desk until I give myself a concussion. What well-animated videos? What? It's a couple of PNGs and him cutting in graphics as shit. You almost had it, Xanderhal. You almost understood why this dude went broke on YouTube, and you had to make an excuse. You're fucking killing me here. A reminder that his streaming platform is a white leaf site he doesn't pay for because Vosh lets his people use it for free to advertise his company's part owner to. Amazing.
Videos that, like, fundamentally, this type of content has to be supported by its audience ruthlessly to survive.
Why does it have to be like that?
ContraPoints and Philosophy Tube, these creators who make really good, well put together content.
I would not say ContraPoints makes good, well put together content. Assholes that think H Bomber Guy puts together well produced content. You're basically paying once a year for that guy to upload a basic commentary video with a little bit more research than most. That's it. That's all you're getting out of it.
Sometimes takes a year to make at the level of quality that's expected. These creators are held up by their Patreons because YouTube ad revenue, even on a video that pulls 10 million views, if you upload once a year, 10 million views won't do it on one video.
No shit. YouTube rewards the most content being pumped out on the channel with a set time and watch time. No shit. No shit, Xanderhal.
Even with, like, when a video does well, past a certain point, ad space stops being valuable on a single video.
What?
50 videos that accumulate to 10 million views, more often than not, will make you on YouTube more money than one video with 10 million views.
Duh, because CPM's totally different between topics. YouTube just decides to fuck you on something like that. Like, dude, what? No shit. What? Why are you talking to me like I'm a 2-year-old?
Different videos have different CPMs, meaning that, like, per view, how much money do you make? Or per click, how much money do you make? Different videos will get different CPMs. So the more videos you upload in a period of time, the more CPMs that you are essentially rolling the dice for. And those videos might do a variable different performance levels. You know, you can't control how well the videos do, but a video that gets 5,000 views as opposed to 25,000 might have a CPM that's 8 times higher than a video with 25,000 views. And it might just mog the video with 25,000 views in ad revenue off of a fraction of the viewership. YouTube really is that weird. And you really can't predict your income when it comes to ad revenue, I should say, to that level of certainty. It really is hinged. The only predictor you have is upload frequency. Like, if you upload frequently...
Yes, so you're arguing in favor as to why we're all saying he's a lazy piece of shit. And that he should be uploading more regularly if he wanted to keep his content alive. If he wanted to be a YouTuber, he had to change with the times. You're agreeing with the criticism, Xanderhal, but you're trying to argue against it.
That is really the only thing you can do that guarantees an increase in success. There's no security. Hell, I could wake up tomorrow to my channel being deleted, and if that happens, mind you, there is no recourse to get it back from YouTube. And it could just be a mistake behind the scenes on the system.
Hey, retard, this is why you don't make YouTube your full-time gig unless you're Mr. Beast level or Moist Critical level. This is why you don't do that. Unless you have an audience that is willing to give you 1 million views a video, you should not be doing YouTube full-time. I'm fucking sorry. You have to be an idiot.
I'd basically be cooked. I just have to make a new channel and hope that enough of you guys follow me to the new channel that we can start over. But yeah, like that's how brutal it is out here.
And I'm not going to say I'm perfect at managing money. There wasn't a life I could have been living these past on Patreon. Most know about this when I told them.
I'd say on the, like, liberal estimate end, I'd say the most he ever made in a year was probably, like, around the rise of BreadTube era, like when BreadTube was really getting big. And I think he probably made like 200K maybe in his best year. But more often than not, probably like barely scraped 6 figures, which sounds like a lot, but ever since BreadTube's rise has also correlated directly with Trump just nuking the economy, COVID happening, and then Trump getting reelected and nuking the...
It's all Trump's
animated
fault.
Series on YouTube
It's all
that take
Trump's
months
fault.
to make and post episodes that are better time management than these guys.
It's all Trump's fault. You know, he made $200,000 at one point. Where did the money go? If you make $200,000 in a year and then you continuously make money off of that, did he not put that money into other areas to yield better money gain? Did he buy any properties that he can rent out to have money coming in?
I can never escape Killer Jules getting a wrench. Is Xanderhal still Rotmaxing?
No, he said 200K at the peak of BreadTube. So he's saying $200,000 in a year. That is not consecutively over the span of 7 years. I don't get how you don't have the money when you could just put that into places that are going to earn you more money and pay your fucking taxes when you have to. Like, I don't get it. I don't get how you can't make that work.
Economy again. So there's not really been a bread tube, as it used to be called, or a left tube, whatever you want to call it, in a time where the economy has been stable enough that, like, even a low six-figure income in certain areas is enough to, like, break even comfortably. You know what I mean?
No, look at his view count. He only got about 200K lifetime earning views. Those are not that accurate. Those are not accurate figures. Like, what is it? Leon can tell you, and I can tell you. Social Blade and all the other companies that are like, hey, this is the amount of money this streamer or this person made in the quarter of a year or a day or a month or whatever. It's not accurate. Never is accurate. I'm pretty sure Social Blade tells me monthly I only make like $200, which is like not true.
Like, the fact that we're in America where now six-figure income isn't necessarily that stable in a lot of parts of the country.
He got like 12 million views. Okay. So then he just wasn't uploading in general, but still.
I think speaks volumes. Could he have been better with his money? I'm sure. There's probably stuff we don't know. He's implying there's stuff we don't know, but, like, still, 500,000 sub YouTuber. I can tell you that he's not making anywhere near as much as you think he is. No progressive YouTuber besides Hassan, or that, like, sphere that orbits Hassan, is. Maybe Vosh. Vosh is the one exception outside the Hassan orbit that's making money right now. Obviously, you've got...
What about Destiny? Are you going to ignore that? I know Destiny sucks, revenge porn, total dick, but, like, come on, buddy. He's still making a lot of money. Zed also put his money into places where he got 0% interest on being in there. Dude hasn't invested any money. Also, if a six-figure income isn't stable, you are living above your means. Yes, he is. This guy apparently lives in a place where his rent is like $4,000 a month or something, which is fucking insanity.
Your big channels
move out.
It's like Brian Taylor Cohen and Fair and Balanced and stuff, but that's like borderline mainstream news now, because mainstream news is online.
It was framed as, you know, I'm going to probably do some kind of fundraiser on YouTube yet. And it really seemed
steady decline.
It was going to keep heading that way.
He lives in Boston. God, he's just paying out the ass for no reason.
And then they just started to dip.
Progressive content has been on a steady decline since 2020, and yet through that time, Hassan's fan base grew as the rest of the left shrunk.
Okay, so you're starting... Okay.
And it makes me wonder how much of the online left was sort of absorbed by Hassan culturally, and just...
So now it's not only Donald Trump's fault, it's Hassan's fault for co-opting the audience. Most of his audience is on Twitch. And then on top of that, his clipped channels get like a couple 100,000 views a clip upload. Dude, just because Hassan has a large audience doesn't mean that it takes away from everybody who's watching progressive content. They will still watch other progressive and lefty streamers. Like, yeah, there was a decline going before October 7th for Hassan, and obviously he's going to milk that until it's fucking done. All those Palestinian kids are really getting all of his millions of dollars. But, like, dude, you got to understand, it's not just Hassan. It's not just Donald Trump. It's all of you being lazy pieces of shit and people not being smart with their fucking money and just going to get jobs.
Exists in Hassan's chat. How much of it got absorbed over back to Tumblr over the years when Tumblr kind of...
Tumblr?
Like, I think unbanned porn was a big thing they did. How much of the online left now is...
I don't know. Hold on. I'm going to let Leon rant for a minute.
Cut my fucking wrist off. What landscape, what time skip did I participate in where you people went to Tumblr for your leftist information? I'm sorry, but I'm a part of that echelon of people that know where to get porn from. And Tumblr was one of those fucking places. Nobody went to Tumblr to actually get any form of discourse from leftists. No one went to Tumblr for introspective information. They went there for Pinterest-style collages of pictures and porn. And the fact that this motherfucker thinks that people migrated back to Tumblr after a significant period of time is the most ass-backwards shit I've ever fucking heard. My brain froze.
Doesn't Reddit have like more of a political based audience anyways? Isn't Reddit like more quote unquote politically heavy? Like why would anyone give a fuck about Tumblr in 2025? Like I don't get that.
Living on Tumblr. They've left Twitter and YouTube because of how awful it's gotten. And now, as much as I hate to say it, if things don't change soon, there's a good chance that in the coming year plus, maybe 1 or 2 years at the most, that the only progressive content creators you're going to have to watch when you log onto YouTube that are like dedicated leftist creators are Vosh, Hassan, and if you want to stretch the definition, Destiny. Like obviously you've got your Brian Taylor Cohen and stuff, but if we're talking like funny commentator, like lefty breadtube guys, that's the road we're on right now. And as much
I want it all to burn. I want
sorry,
everybody to give up.
Can you play that back like 10 seconds, please?
Sure, buddy, sure.
Definition, Destiny. Like obviously you've got your Brian Taylor Cohen and stuff, but if we're talking like funny commentator, like lefty...
Stop. You're not funny.
He's not even putting himself in this group. Like he's not
They're
doing
not funny
it.
either. They're not funny. They're not quirky. No.
Brian Taylor Cohen is not funny. David Pakman is not funny. Kyle Kalinske, entertaining depending on what he's talking about. But like
These people are funny looking.
yeah, this guy is just coping so hard.
breadtube guys, that's the road we're on right now. And as much as I'd like to say it's because of YouTube, yeah, the algorithms are unfriendly, but also look at the rates of engagement on these channels.
This lines up with the clip I sent you. Who really thinks that the minute he's off the platform, YouTube leftism is dead? There's no way he fucking said that.
On these channels that you enjoy. And think about how often you yourself don't engage with these channels by leaving likes and comments. I hate to say it, but if you're one of those people, you're part of the problem.
You see that? That's called shaming your audience right there. Now, class, we're going to take a lesson in e-begging. When you turn around and you hear a streamer go, yeah, that's a problem over there. It's almost like that problem's right here. You're part of the problem. That's called a lesson in e-begging, chat. That's called e-begging without directly e-begging.
Or any content online.
That's a DSP-ism. It's called pignosis.
Grows in the
It's Xanderhal's way of life. It's AIDS-nosis because he looks like he just constantly is dying of cancer AIDS.
Algorithm based on the rate of engagement to the viewer count of that content. Let's say you post a tweet or a video or any form of post. 99% of internet algorithms have it set such that that post will be sent out to a random audience of people that are likely based on some keywords to have an interest in the post. Maybe it's like 50 people end up seeing it.
I love that Xanderhal's like explaining the algorithm, but his channel's just completely fucking dead. Like if he knew the algorithm and made entertaining content, he would not be lecturing people on the algorithm. He would just be doing it.
I heard starting a coffee brand is the new meta.
Yeah, Xanderhal should make coffee. AIDS coffee. He should do that. He should start making AIDS coffee. Drop ship it.
Initially. Based on how many of those 50 people, let's say, clicked on one of my videos, how many of those people then decide to comment and leave a like on the video determines how many more impressions, as they're called, meaning how many more people get recommended the post to see it and then engage with it further. And the percentage of people that see the post and decide to hit like and or comment means it gets more people to see it. And if those more people then continue to like and comment, it creates a snowball effect that leads to, as we all know, a viral video. No viral video just blows up overnight, unless...
Leon, I don't know if that's accurate. I don't know if that's accurate. Like, some videos have blown up, like, randomly. Like, it'll just randomly hit the algo. And people are like, oh, I like that. Click, 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 click. Like, bro, it's like a bunch of rats. Everybody's a rat, just like trying to find the thing that they want, which is like a cheese. And the cheese is entertainment. And sometimes in the maze of YouTube, there's one piece of cheese that all the fucking rats want to watch and eat.
It comes from a channel with a large following already, or it's like a real...
That's not true. There could be videos with like fucking no subs that get hundreds of thousands of views. Like, what are you talking about?
Really special case scenario. It usually starts by getting a couple hundred or a few thousand views in a day or two, but the video itself is so exceptional, it gets so much engagement, likes, comments, saves, favorites, shares, all those things, that the YouTube algorithm starts shilling it to everybody. And if it's appealing enough, next thing you know, it's got 1 million+ views. So the right is pulling millions of views without trying. This is the state of the left's largest creators, you could argue.
What do you mean? The right does try. The right actually uploads daily. They upload constantly, and you guys keep giving them stuff to work with to keep shitting on you. Because people like this guy will go on camera and beg that his money is gone because he's a fucking idiot, and then retards like you will defend him over it. Like, you give the right what they need to keep making more. Okay, wait, by the way, somebody sent me a direct dono and I totally missed it. I am so sorry, dude. Shogun, well, technically it was Cameron. Just let me take her over state lines. Okay, dude. Okay, Shogun. Okay, dude.
Like Innuendo Studios,
Okay, bro.
I consider, especially a few years ago, one of the left's largest creators. We're in a bad spot right now, guys. Like, no, I don't know how things are going to go with the future of this country if this is where sentiment is, at least online. And politics seems to exist online these days, so it's not a good sign.
And it's never really recovered. You know, once I hurt my back and I couldn't work for a while. So,
An analogy. I'm going to open up about this, and
I can't keep struggling in the meantime. So
I'm going to open up about this, and I'm almost certain this is also a factor for him as well. I'm going to make an analogy here really quick.
Okay.
I want you to imagine that your job is cleaning up trash on the highway.
Yeah, paint me a picture,
Right?
Sandy.
Like you really are passionate about keeping the
Okay.
Listen, I want, for anyone who hasn't seen this, Chris, have you seen this?
No, I haven't seen this part. I want him to paint me a picture.
Okay, listen.
Wait.
Before
You're
Chris
passionate
presses play,
picking up garbage.
I need y'all to understand that he is about to do something very fucking stupid.
Oh, is he?
And it's only stupid to those of us who've worked a fucking real job
Okay.
and the ups and downs of it. And when I mean like a real job, I'm talking about like
You're working on a
basically a
farm. You're
job.
doing factory work. Like, you're doing hard labor.
You work at a warehouse, you work in fast food. Fuck, you work as what he described as a garbage man. I want you to understand, he's about to fuck this up so bad, it's embarrassing, and he
Okay.
deserves his downfall.
Okay.
You hit play now.
Okay.
people litter on the highway. So your job is to clean up trash along the highway. And you get paid $5 an hour to do this, right? And you are just doing back-breaking labor in order to do something good for the world. It's not like, yeah, the money's not great. You hope that one day you can make more and live a little more comfortably. But what really matters to you is that you're making something, and maybe it could be more one day, but it's off of something you care about. It is something you are expressing a moral good that you stand by in your line of work, and that matters to you. That is a special thing to you. And then every day you see dudes in multi-$100,000 supercars wearing $1,000 outfits, screaming racial slurs at their car windows as they throw trash at you. And you deal with that every day for years and years and years as you hold on to hope that one day you're going to maybe get a fraction of the success they have. So when they do that, maybe it hurts a little less that they're going home to a much more lavish lifestyle than you could ever hope to experience. Maybe you're even just outright struggling to get by, more likely than not. And meanwhile, these infinitely worse people are making way more money off of expressing their lack of moral character. Try your best to put...
So class, if you don't notice, he's comparing being a small lefty YouTuber to being a garbage man. And you, as a garbage man, through the hustle and bustle of
garbage
having
men make a lot
weekly
of fucking
pay,
money, right?
weekly pay, insurance, guaranteed fucking
Retirement, you get
assurances.
pensions.
Like all of these things, he's comparing that to him and how he gets $5, I guess, a week, and he turns his head and he sees the quartering. I need y'all to understand.
I'm so sorry. This is so funny. Like,
This man is a fucking moron. Like, the man actually is a piece of shit. Yes, an actual job. And he's comparing him being pissy that he's not getting money from you to all of you who work regular real jobs. Garbage man, cafeteria worker, fucking fast food cook, restaurant worker,
Salespeople.
waiter, waitress.
Yeah, fuck anything. I don't care.
All of these jobs significantly more value, have more positives than Xanderhal's entire life.
That's so crazy. Why would he do this? Why would he make that
You
analogy?
know, I'm gonna tell you why. Because he wants to seem relatable. What did the last motherfucker try to do? Tried to make it seem like, fuck, this is a 9 to 5. YouTube streaming content creation will never be a 9 to 5.
Never.
You will never get a fucking contractually signed fucking
Stipend
legal
or
weekly
salary.
income.
Yeah, you're not going to get any of that. It's all based on you and the output that you do. And it's a constant changing landscape that
Listen.
can end in a moment.
Romero just said they're doing their janitorial job. Your janitorial job has more benefits than Xanderhal as a YouTuber.
Isn't that crazy? You ever sit down in
No,
your life?
it's not.
No. What I mean by that, let me finish. Isn't it crazy that people sit down and go, man, being a content creator has to be like super cool, right? And it is. It's nice. It's a nice thing to do as a side hustle. And then you look back and you're like, man, I wish I was making much money as some of these creators out there. And then you learn about Xanderhal. And you know that job that you hate? It just looks a little bit better. It looks a little bit better. You sit down and you're like, you know what? I actually don't have it the shittiest. I could be punching myself in the face daily like Xanderhal does. Holy shit. I would commit suicide if I was Xanderhal's level at that point. Holy fuck, dude. Nah, man.
Listen. I'm going to say one more thing, and then I'm going.
Okay.
It's embarrassing how many of these fucking people probably saw somebody get like big money and thought, hey, I could copy that. They don't copy the personality. They don't copy the flow. They don't copy nothing. They just think, oh, you do it, so I can do it too. And then you get like a little bit of success, but it's clear as day. You're milquetoast. You're boring. Maybe, Chris, I'm not pointing no elbows here, but maybe you threatened to kill a transgender.
Okay. What? Okay.
I don't know anyone on the screen.
I thought you were saying the elbow thing because I said that, and I was like, wait a minute, I forgot. Xanderhal threatened to kill.
Listen, some of you people just suck. Some of you people don't put in the effort. You want all the glory, but none of the blame. You want all the riches, but none of the fucking setbacks. You want all the success, but you choose to willingly make excuses for the fucking failures that are your own. And part of me would feel bad if it wasn't for the fact that you money-hungry motherfuckers are that money-hungry, you're willing to try to guilt trip your fucking audience into paying attention to you when it's the dumbest fucking thing you could possibly fucking do. And Xanderhal specifically, I don't know, maybe you're one of these fucks who hate watches all the people who talk bad about you. Maybe you're one of these people who likes to sit around and wonders what people think about you. I want you to know that you're a malignant fucking tumor to society. And just because you're white, I'm going to call you a fucking racist. And I'll
stop calling all white people
I'd
racist.
rather risk having my fingers
I'm calling
cut
the
off
ones
than
I
be
can
Xanderhal
confirm
any day.
racist as racist.
Okay.
Until next time, Chris, Xanderhal, I hope you puke yourself to death. Goodbye.
Thank you, Leon. Thank you. I have a full-time job cutting deli meat all day. Dude, can I have like a free slice? What? I'd rather risk having my fingers cut off to be Xanderhal any day. That's true. That's a good way of looking at life. You know? Again, that's what I was trying to say earlier, is that like no matter what job you have, just realize that it's better than how Xanderhal is living his life. Whatever life you have, obviously there are very, very, very poor lives that are worse than Xanderhal's, but the majority of people, your life is better than Xanderhal's. Be happy.
Put yourself in those shoes, and that's really the best way I can describe how I feel personally when I see the
Wait, can I have some fresh slices of like pepper jack cheese, dude? Ooh, and I want some sausage on a sandwich, and can you melt the pepper jack cheese? Thanks, bro.
right-wing grifter like the quartering. The quartering makes, I believe, like
I'm so hungry. Now I want a sandwich.
6 figures a month.
God damn it.
It recently came out as maybe.
And Xanderhal's an idiot. How does he not know that the quartering went broke? That would be a huge video to make for a leftist channel. The quartering went broke. We covered that on this fucking YouTube channel. Keto Casino covered it. Nick covered it. Chud covered it. There were hundreds of channels that covered the quartering going broke, and Xanderhal has no fucking idea. That would have been a huge video for him.
Less so now, but like a year or two ago, it leaked that he was making 6 figures a month. Like, that's life-changing money, and far from what I think most online leftist figures could make in a lifetime. And when that's the reality, when you're like
maybe they should put in the work that Jeremy does. Maybe they should do that. Maybe they should put the work that Jeremy puts in, where he uploads 3 times a fucking day and does a live stream every day. Maybe they should do that. Now, do I believe that's overkill? Yeah. But Jeremy's making the money, was making the money. Let's correct the fucking record here. Was making the money, okay?
struggling to get by in comparison to that. And what they stand for is objectively evil. It feels like it's just evil being rewarded every day, and it's just this demotivating.
It's because that what you call evil is actually putting in the work while you are not.
Here is how I live my life. I live my life asking what would Xanderhal do, and I do the opposite answer. Stocks have only gone up since.
Dude, that literally unironically, Platinum, here's a joke. Here's something that unironically I thought one day. I was looking into stock trading options, and I was like, I got like a couple $100 to burn because I'm working the job. You guys are so charitable. The ad revenue is good on the channel. So like sometimes I take some of my money and I divest it into other things. I was sitting here and I'm like, Tesla took a big hit. And all the leftists hate Tesla and don't want to support Tesla. And I was like, oh, okay. So what I did is I put $100 into Tesla outside of what I've already had. And it shot up from 230 to 341 in a couple of days. I'm up on Tesla. And the first thing I thought was, man, Xanderhal wouldn't do this in his lifetime.
Factor.
Like, I get it. I get what you're doing there.
That I can only imagine has severely impacted his mental health. Especially when his job is to cover the successful, wealthy, well-off people who are destroying the world and are getting paid to destroy the world. And the people who claim to be against it are not really rallying in support to stop it or rallying in support of content, calling it out. And it's a very demotivating thing. It's depressing. It's like Denethor in Lord of the Rings when he's like the steward of Gondor when like Sauron's army is invading. Denethor is just like looking out and it looks hopeless. And he yells, "Abandon your posts! Flee for your lives!" Great line delivery.
I hate when he references Lord of the Rings because he's like the guy that I love Lord of the Rings, okay? It's an amazing fucking book, movie franchise. It's got one of the best cult groups of people that love that franchise. Tolkien was an amazing writer. And then I sit down and then I see people like Xanderhal that reference it like that. And it makes me want to blow my brains out because then I remember that I share a love for something with retards. That's my problem, is that I am stuck remembering that this retard shares the same kind of love for something that I do, and it annoys the shit out of me.
Cooked. But it gives me that feeling, it reminds me of that.
Wait, spoiler alert, he's streaming this at 3 a.m.? Wait, what? He's been streaming at 3 a.m.? What do you mean by that? He's been doing what? Where does he live? I think he lives on the West Coast, right? Hold the fuck on. I'm sorry. He's doing what? Okay. Let me pull up most recent stream. Let's just do most recent stream. Streamed 1 day ago. Streamed on May 17th, 2025. It is a day ago. 6:21. He's streaming this at 5 a.m. He's streaming this at like 4 or 5 a.m., 3 a.m. Why are you doing this? Why are you choosing the worst time for American viewers? Why? You literally have a pick of time slots and you choose the grave shift. Why would you choose the grave shift? Why do you think everyone that is a live streamer goes live around 3 p.m. EST to about 8 p.m. EST? As an American streamer, why do you think that viewership is as big as it is? Are you a fucking idiot? Even if you're on the West Coast. Like, that's a stupid fucking idea to stream at 3 in the fucking morning. I'm sorry, I had no idea it was streaming this early in the morning.
Scene.
For now, we're going to call this a sabbatical. I think that's to live.
Wait, it's not just that, by the way. The fact that I mentioned before of like awful people making bank off of being awful people online. It's also the fact that like one of the right's biggest attacks lately has been the fact that being a progressive creator is not financially like it doesn't make a lot of money. And
it's because all of you people give them this ammo. Are you kidding? Yes, they make content off of it because you guys give them the ammo instead of going and getting a fucking job and just not telling people that you're broke because of YouTube and fixing your life and not telling the internet your problems and begging people for money. They wouldn't have content to work with. This is all your faults.
They'll tongue-in-cheek call you a grifter while pointing that out, which is hilarious. But also, they gloat about it, right? Like, they gloat, and they even use it as an argument for why the left is wrong, right? Like, if the left was making good points and was correct, then people would watch their content and support what they have to say. But look how little support they get. Look how little reach they have. Clear.
But you would also be saying the same thing about the right. If the right was in your shoes, you would be standing and lording above them going, see, nobody watches their content. Nobody gives a shit about what they say. I can't believe anyone even watches them. They only get a couple thousand views. Like, bro. If the shoe was on your foot, you'd be doing the same fucking thing that they're doing. Don't pretend you wouldn't.
They have nothing of value to say. And that rhetoric is actually very successful. We know nowadays the internet is very prone to the bandwagon effect. So the running success of.
What do you mean that is now prone to the bandwagon effect? The internet has always been plagued by bandwagoning.
Conservative cultural rhetoric just kind of picks people up like a lint roller, you know? Like if people are lint, that rhetoric and that culture is a lint roller, and it's just kind of gathering up more and more and more.
My video, you know, what would my home look like? What would my social life look like? How would my free time look? Free time is the concept. We're just gonna see what that's like. So maybe part-time work, maybe the channel sticks around in some capacity, you know, maybe I'll do something that leaves me energy on the weekends. Maybe I'll collaborate with people. But right now I'm not promising anything. I've been doing this for 11 years, and it's weird to say that it is the most financially stable I've ever been, because when I started this job, I was only a year or two off of
is that people
that you're going to be able to cover your expenses 3-4 months from now. You know, I have no.
What I've really noticed is that people online in general, and the left is not immune to this, seem to pull their money.
That chat hasn't moved. Am I crazy? Hold on. Where are we at? 2940? That chat has not moved.
TFW, a shmup channel earns more than Xanderhal.
Oh, okay. The chat moved here. 5 seconds. 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 It's literally not moving. It has been 1 minute and 32 seconds, and not a single person has written anything.
Is that people online in general, and the left is not immune to this, seem to pull their money around already successful people. And I feel like that's kind of like the donation effect, right? Using my stream and like Vosh as an example. If you want to get the attention of Vosh and get him to read your message and acknowledge your existence, a common thing among stream viewers, you know, kind of parasocial in nature, you got to donate more likely than not. You got to sub or like donate or give him money in some way, right? Because he's already big and successful and the chat's so loaded with people, which means inherently...
That's not necessarily true. I've seen Vosh and other streamers that are large streamers pick people out of the chats before that aren't donating and brought them up and talked about what they're saying in chats. You don't have to donate to get the attention of the streamer. Does that help? Yeah, like it does, but you don't have to do that. It happens. They do pick out people that aren't donating. Even streamers like me and you, Xanderhal, we're at the same fucking level. I don't care what your sub count is. We're basically on the same level. I make more money than you, but we're on the same level. And dude, even if I had 1,000 viewers, I would still try to talk to people that aren't fucking donating, because it's not fair to the people to just focus on one aspect of the people that are donating. It's not fucking fair. That's a ridiculous fucking thing to do. Does it catch your attention more if they donate? Sure, but that's not like what all of streaming culture is.
Everybody watching has to donate to stand out. You know what I mean? Like it leads to this high level of incentive to support, but you have to already be inherently well off to have that incentive to support even more. And so when you're a smaller creator who can easily be gotten the attention of just from a chat message, people are less likely to drop their financial support to like leave a little dono message. And so, you know, smaller creators get less donations, not just because they have less viewers, because those viewers they have are less likely to need to donate or feel they need to donate to get like attention from the streamer, right? Which is
what the fuck? What? No, people just want to donate because they want to donate. They care about your content. They like what you're doing and they want to be able to donate to talk to you directly. Doesn't matter if you're big or small. If people do that, they do it. Thank you, Platinum, for the upgrade to the chads. Those are basically the same amount that a regular YouTube membership is. Loser Gamers is way cheaper. It's about $2.99. I made it on purpose that way, so you guys don't have to keep watching all the ads and shit if you become a member. But thank you for the upgrade, dude.
Generally like the trade-off in most of those like arrangements, I think.
You see, Xanderhal? Somebody was nice enough just to do that. Just cause. People choose to do it. I see people with 40 viewers. Here's an example. I had not even 40. I had like 20-something viewers on Twitch when I first started, and I started to grow a little bit, right? Like, that was me growing. Is like when I went from 3 viewers to 5 to 10 to 15 to 20, okay? At 20 viewers, I did a 24-hour live stream where I didn't sleep the entire time. If you remember that live stream, I almost bit someone's head off in the live stream. Like, I almost lost my shit. And I think I was playing Pokemon Silver ROM the entire time. And people were just donating because they wanted to see more of it. They were nice enough to do that. I had 20 fucking viewers, and people were donating hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of gifted subs because they just enjoyed what was going on. and I had no viewership. It wasn't just one whale doing it either. There was a bunch of people. It's if you provide content and people want to support you, that matters. That's all it is. You're in this fucking mindset where if you're a large streamer, people will feel obligated to donate to you. They don't. Look at Nick Rekieta. Nick Rekieta has 1,000+ viewers a night still, and he makes $3 a fucking stream. Obviously, most of those people are A-logs trying to get him to fuck up, but nobody's donating to him. He has 1,000+ people. Wouldn't the people that were actually enjoying his content want to donate if they wanted him to pay attention to them?
But yeah, I've noticed that as well.
No savings. There's nothing for retirement. I owe more than I make in a year. Outside of a few big names, probably...
Thank you, Grizzly. I appreciate that.
Almost all of your favorite YouTubers are...
No, Rekieta has a plea agreement. So essentially, he's under probation for 5 years, and if he slips up once, he goes to jail. That's essentially what they gave him. Like, I think 30 days of jail, and then he gets out with 5 years probation. He can't smoke, he can't drink, he can't do drugs, or any of that shit.
Doing worse than you think. So, for the time being...
That's true.
I gave Fauci $69 to take his shirt off cause funny.
That is funny.
Patreon turned on at least for like a few months. There's a bunch of stuff.
I think here's where I'm going to cut it off so you guys can go watch the video yourselves and give it, like, support on your own. But, like, just to speak volumes about how right he is. I mean, look how dead the chat has been for the last...
Gee, it's almost like people give money to people they actually like. Funny, ain't it?
I'm sorry, hold the fuck on.
yourselves and give it, like, support on your own. But, like, just to speak volumes about how right he is. I mean, look how dead the chat has been for the last bit of this segment, you know? Like, we're literally having a conversation about how lack of engagement with progressive content is what's kind of killing the online left. And, like, chatters are listening to this and like, yeah, but that doesn't count me. Like, I don't need to say anything. You know, I think...
Oh, you see right there, guys? Nobody's writing in my chat. Nobody wants to pay attention to me or donate money to me.
I'm not calling you guys out. I'm just using it as a point of example. You know, like, even right now, most of the chat is doing exactly that. You know, just very quiet, just kind of lurking, you know, trying to exist in the background.
I don't think, chat, at any point that I've been doing this streaming shit, have I ever turned around outside of, like, when the chat freezes or anything? What's going on with the chat? Have I ever done that? I can't imagine doing that. Like, there are moments where the chat is just slow for the day, but, like, I'm not making a big deal out of it. I'm still having 236 people watching. Who gives a shit? If people don't want to talk right now, they don't want to talk. I'm not calling you out. I'm just noticing you not giving me money. Aviga, you have no idea, bro. You got to get King to... Okay, listen. Aviga, if you guys get bored of Phil... You need to watch Xanderhal begging compilations. Oh my god, they're just on par with how bad Phil is.
Just listen to it's 3 a.m. Xan. I'm not saying
it's 3 a.m. Xanderhal, and he's about to defend it. No way. Hold on.
Example, you know, like even right now, most of the chat is doing exactly that. You know, just very quiet, just kind of lurking. You know, trying to exist in the background and just listen to it's 3 a.m. Xan. I'm not saying that. I'm not calling you out. I'm just using...
Yes, you are! Guys, nobody's writing in my chat. Xanderhal, it's 3 a.m. Of course, people are either falling asleep or they're not engaging as much because they're exhausted. I'm not calling you out, though.
Using it as a point of example, you know? Progressive viewers tend to be, you know, lurkers, and they just kind of hang out, you know? I feel like we gotta make a culture out of being more just locked in and active. I've even been kind of guilty of this myself, I'm not gonna lie. I've watched a lot...
Then why are you trying to criticize other people if you're guilty of this thing, Xander?
A lot less political content lately, and because of that, I've not been engaging, liking, and commenting on my favorite political content creators as much lately.
Wait, hold on.
I remember when I was younger.
But Xanderhal, if you really, really care about the progressive movement, the progressive channels, and the leftist channels, I understand you don't want to watch it, but you know, like, you can hit the like button, like you say, or leave a quick comment, like, great video. Just do that one little thing. So you're trying to tell people to do something that you are actively not engaging in. I love you, Xander. I can't. Xandy is the best. I swear to God, Xanderhal scratches an itch that no other lolcow can for me.
Maybe some of you guys can relate to this. I worry that I'm causing this problem in some of my favorite creators all the time. It's one of my biggest...
You are! You just admitted that you are!
Anxieties. You ever watch a creator, you really like them, and you love their content, but, like, you're not always in the mood to watch the content they make, right? Like, maybe they make Rust videos. Rust is my favorite video game. But some days I wake up and I'm not in the mood to watch Rust videos. Where guys, like, killing dudes on Rust and they're, like, screaming.
Yeah, that's just, like, regular content in general. And watching YouTube in general, you lose out on things that you don't want to watch. And you find other things and you go back to it. That's kind of, like... Dude, like, I'll watch a bunch of other content, but I always go back to video game donkey. All the time. I won't watch commentary content sometimes for like weeks, and I'll just binge watch Donkey's catalog because I love video games, and I still find time to like watch the creators that I like to watch. I don't get what you're doing here.
In response, some days I'm super into that, and I want to binge those videos from morning to sunset.
Fine.
And some days I'm just not down to watch that particular content.
Okay.
I worry, and this has happened before, where like I take a hiatus from watching that particular content, maybe for a few months, maybe for a year, maybe 2, and I tune into that content.
There's no Donkey drama. Donkey doesn't have drama.
After getting the twinge to watch it again to that channel or whatever, and I go to check it out, and I find out, oh, they haven't uploaded in 6 months. They basically quit after their channel slowly died off. I guess I wasn't the only one that just took a little break from watching the content, you know?
Yeah, it's called, dude, you understand what this is, right? That is normal in YouTube. That is a normal thing that happens all the fucking time. All the time. All the time. It happens. People get a huge break. You watch a creator for a very long time. The creator starts to fall off because the audience does different things and grows up, watches different content, or they find a different creator that they like more than you. And the creator doesn't evolve, the creator dies. It's normal.
And I find out that like I kind of became a little bit, what's a good way of putting this? This happened with some of my favorite creators, by the way, such as Fods and Skitscape, great Minecraft YouTubers from back in the day.
Wait a minute, I want to read this. Hold on, let's read the chat. It's a huge part of Breitbart branded strategy and others on the right to have copied. The Mormons do that. An alt-right grifter would have a PAC funding his Patreon and $25 ads for BS productions on their breaks. Sadly true. To be fair, it's really late. It's 2:20 a.m. for me. It's 3 a.m. Xanderhal. I'm sorry, it's 1:30 a.m. I'm tired. I mean, you have a point. This person's a retard. Xanderhal, to be fair, I'm listening. But it's 3:20 in the morning.
Okay. We're like, I got really complacent with the idea that I could always just check out their content and tune in and watch whatever they're up to at any time, right?
Your job isn't to constantly watch YouTube creators that pump out content. Your job is just to enjoy content that you enjoy. If you guys find other streamers that you like more than me or content that you find more entertaining than me, I'm not going to make it your fucking problem. I don't see a reason to. Hey, dude, here's an example. I used to watch a lot of, like, Optimus, right? I like Optimus. Like, the interactions that I've had with Optimus, very short but very nice guy. I don't watch Optimus daily anymore like I used to. I watch other content. I watch other streamers. I watch fucking video game lore videos. I watch video game, like games I think are cool that I might play in the future. Like I watch, like Destiny lore videos because I'm a fucking loser and still addicted to it. But like, I still go back. I like Optimus. Like I don't feel obligated to watch Optimus all the time to keep his fucking channel afloat. Like that's crazy to do.
Became comfortable with the idea that they're just going to continue growing, right? Like obviously, like they're there, right? And so I would just occasionally take a couple months breaks from watching their videos and then tune back in and binge watch their stuff.
This is him gaslighting this audience to say, hey guys, don't forget about me when you're watching other people. Don't forget, please donate, please subscribe. Don't forget, guys, don't forget me, don't forget me, don't forget me, don't forget me. That is what Xanderhal's doing here, okay?
And eventually
nah, dude, I look better than it's Xanderhal. The fuck you talk about, Spawn? I've seen what you look like, motherfucker. I've seen what you look like, motherfucker. ChrisTheNarc, would you want to be on E-Dating 80 Ross right? No. Sorry, Dumpy. No. The last time you ran a dating show, Smaggle almost got canceled, bro. But we don't talk about that. We don't talk about Smaggle almost getting canceled on Dumpy's show. Thank you, Soul Vessel, for the 5. Thank you, bro. Thank you. By the way, shout out Dumpy for coming back and making streaming content again. The fucking goat of streaming, Dumpy, bro. Go check out Dumpy's live streams, dude. They're funny. I will not go on that fucking dating show, though. I am not about to get fucking... I am not gonna have a Smaggle moment on Dumpy's fucking stream.
Tuned in and saw that they were on a hiatus. And I was like, damn, like, I guess they're not... And it slowly led to them essentially no longer...
It's not fucking happening, bro. I like you, but no.
being active on YouTube, and these were like my favorite creators. And I realized then, like, and this happened with the Creatures and many others, it's like, damn, it's easy to get complacent thinking that like a realm or community of content will be there forever. Think like the old Minecraft community. It's like communities on the internet are fleeting at times.
What did Smaggle do? You gotta ask him.
And It's easy to blink and see it be gone.
Everyone totally forgot about that, except for me.
From Yasuke Vermeulen in chat says, have you considered making better content? Must be the...
Why would you read this? Why would you read this? Why would you read this? Xanderhal, why would you read this? Why would you read this? Whoa! No!
I literally bounce between you, Diesel, Nick, and the OPP block. And Lord help me if you all stream around the same time.
It happens. You know, the whole, like, here's a gay thing that we used to do, and I still think it's gay to this day, and it's gay that I, like, fucking got wrapped up in it, was, like, the idea of time slots. And we were like, oh, we don't want to go live in between, blah, 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 blah. And then I sat back, and I was like, this is retarded. The only person that I respect the time slot of, because he's been doing this forever, and he makes his money that way, and everything, is, like, Tommy. But even then, I've started streaming around 3 to 4 p.m. is when Tommy's live. Because, dude, I stream when I want to stream. Tommy streams what he wants to stream. Nick streams what he wants to stream. I was going up against Turkey Tom and Nick and Augie at one point, and I still held the viewership that I held. Like, Jim, I think out of everybody, I take it back, Tommy and Jim. Jim I don't stream up against, and Tommy I tend not to stream up against if I can help it. But that's, like, really it. Everyone else I don't give a shit about.
See it be gone. From Yasuke Vermeulen in chat says, have you considered making better content? Must be the viewer's fault. You are clearly a conservative in chat to concern troll.
To concern troll. That wasn't a concern troll, Xanderhal. That was telling you that your content shit. That was a direct criticism, buddy.
And I'll actually use you as an argument before we finish up the segment. Like I said before, you will deal with people like these constantly anytime you try to acknowledge this. The right doesn't want there to be a conversation on the left about the fact that, like...
Nah, Chud wouldn't appeal my viewership. I think I've streamed up against Chud before and still hit 256 viewers. I don't mind it. There's no... realistically, the whole idea of, like, worrying about your audience being peeled off because of a streamer that's more popular than you is going, you need to stop giving a fuck. You need to stop caring. If I go live at 10 in the morning and Chud's live at 10 in the morning and I get 150 people, that's fucking awesome to me. If I get 250 people, that is amazing to me. And it just keeps going and going. If I get 300, 400, 500 while these larger guys are going, that shows that I have a group of people that are willing to watch. Why would you ever be concerned about that? If I had 0 viewers when I was live streaming up against Nick, I'd be like, fuck, that's a problem. But I don't have that problem.
Algorithms objectively work the way they do, and if the left is going to reach a broader audience, then like the audiences have to engage. They want to try and turn your audience against you when you have that conversation by saying, oh, well, why don't you just make better content? Doesn't matter how good the content is. Like, algorithms work the way they do.
Well, Xanderhal, the content does matter. If people are going to watch through the content, right, and through the watch time and enjoy the video and enjoy the content, that pushes you higher up the algorithm. So if you're making shitty content that no one gives a fuck about, nobody's going to watch it, and you're not going to get pushed into the algorithm. That guy is right. Make better content. Be more entertaining. Stop looking like you're dying of fucking AIDS. Speaking of, what advice would you give to someone who wants to start streaming? Just start. Just start. Literally, just hit the live button and go. Seriously. Just hit the live button. And once you do, don't look at the view count. Don't look at the view count. Don't care how many people are in the stream. Act like you have 1,000 people watching. Even if there's only 1 person or 0, talk. Because that video might get put up in the algorithm later, and you'll probably get 1, 2, 5, 6 viewers. That 1 to 2, 5, 6 viewers might like you, come back for more and more and more. And then, boom, you start building an audience from there. Don't give a shit. Just do it. Just hit the live button and have fun. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing when I got started. I just went live on Twitch and said, I guess I'm doing video games. That was it. And then I said, fuck it. I want to cover the Quantum TV drama because I found it interesting, and here we are.
And sure, I could make better content, but that's a given. You know, you try to make your last video better than you try to make your next video better than the last video every time.
Yes, duh, Xanderhal. But the problem is that if your personality isn't actually engaging, people aren't going to want to watch it. All of your videos are stream clip VODs of you doing this. People don't find this entertaining. They don't. If they did, they donate more. If they did, you had consistent viewership. If they did, you would have more memberships. If they did, you wouldn't be complaining daily on the fucking day about your viewership and money. Just stream. Like, stop.
That's just a given in content creation, but Like, that we're talking about a conversation separate from that fact. I think most people who watch Innudendo Studios, the 500,000 sub YouTuber, I think they like his content. I think he makes good content personally, and I'm sad he's going. So yeah, I don't think that Innudendo Studios, for example, needed to just make better content. So yeah.
Yes, he did. He needed to make more content and make it better. He can't just fucking apply himself to one aspect of a community and hope to ride the coattails of it.
Anyway, you're always going to get the people that want to, like, concern troll you into not having this conversation because, yeah, the internet's a little cagey about it, but it is what it is. Bro came into Mass Flag with his 5 volts. Maybe, who knows? Anyway, though, if you enjoyed this segment and you want to support the channel,
don't do any of that. Xanderhal needs to stop.
Hey guys, thank you for watching the clip. Thank you for using Opinion for doing the editing. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitter, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Check out the link in the description for the lolcow trading card game. There's a brand new pack called Series X. That pack has my card in it, the tipster cards as well. On top of that, there's a bunch of other cast of characters in there, and we're also working towards an ultimate goal for that. So make sure you guys click on the link below. We're going to try and upload daily here and do live streams pretty often, so make sure you stick around and hit that like button. Thanks, guys.